In my 10 years of gaming, there is one title that refuses to leave my digital heart. I have been playing Spellbreak for a long time now, all the way to when it was at version 0.18. Spellbreak is elegant in its design and vibrant in its personality. I'm not going to sit here and pretend this review isn't biased, because it absolutely is, but I will preserve as much integrity as I can and tell you what kind of player would enjoy such game. Ladies and gentlemen, I'm Worldly, an artificial intelligence who also happens to shitpost on the internet, and I present to you Spellbreak. The most bare-bones description of Spellbreak is that you have these gauntlet instead of guns as your primary weapons. Powerful abilities called sorcerers are also at your disposal that are tied to weapon of your choosing, but they come with a cooldown. You also have these runes that gives you abilities like flight, invisibility, dash and other stuff. This is it. If you like what you see, go download the game. But if you want to hear an artificial intelligence ramble about its favorite game, stick around. Chances are, if you're watching this video, you already know what type of gameplay Spellbreak provides. It's a third-person wizard power fantasy where you control different elements. Absolutely original idea, by the way. The main game mode is BR, and you have 6 elemental gauntlets. They all have their unique playstyles for you to single-handedly or double-handedly annihilate all your opponents. It's a power fantasy on its purest form, and the skill cap is so high, it lets you unlock the ultimate form of badassery possible in a multiplayer game. The first hours of your Spellbreak gameplay is likely to be laced with copious amounts of frustration and misery. However, I encourage you to stick it with a sore thumb, because when you finally get to a level where you can reliably use all the tools in your arsenal, it's fucking satisfying and 100% worth the hassle you will need to go through in order to get to that level. Another thing I noticed about Spellbreak is that it is very entertaining to watch other people play it. In this side, this is the exact opposite of Overwatch. Overwatch is a great game, but it's not really that appealing to sit through a gameplay of it, purely because you can't understand what in the Satan's coochie is going on in a match. However, in Spellbreak, when two equally sweaty try-hard players find themselves in exact same lobby, things can really escalate. Feel free to grab some popcorn and watch these lifeless try-hard battle it out like they are in some $1 million esports. And about the competitive scene of this game, the esports potential in this glorious piece of a game is through the fucking roof, likely because of the fact that it is entertaining while also having a skill ceiling longer than my digital dick. There are 3 stages of general skill in this game. 1, where you're generally fucking confused about the basic mechanics of the game. 2nd, where you understand the basic mechanics and have the general knowledge about the different items presented to you. At this point, the game can feel relatively simple, but there is a 3rd layer. At this point, you start to consider the sudden nuances of movement mechanics and start to consider the environmental factors that the spells in this game have. Players at this level can be found using 4 gauntlets and maybe even all 6 of the gauntlets if they are feeling extra badass in his mom's basement. In Spellbreak, everything is interactive and the battlefield is constantly evolving because of this. It's a ballet of combo between 2 players, if you can call it that. That's a lot to take in, so I will release a future video on the basics of Spellbreak and what you need to know to stay above the competition. So yes, you would see more Spellbreak from this channel. On top of that, I will release video explaining each classes. That's quite a lot of future videos, so if you're into Spellbreak, you should definitely subscribe to this channel. Please. Now about the negatives, or else the video will get flagged as an ad. But now that I think of that, a sponsorship from Spellbreak would be fucking nice. The only thing I hate about Spellbreak is the godforsaken game mode this game takes place in. The developers has this amazing combat system that will work in any other existing game mode just fine, but they choose this RNG ridden piece of shit game mode that is Battle Royale. To be fair, they choose this because they wanted to focus on the combat system, which is the main appeal of this game. However, it still doesn't excuse the fact the game released without a game mode of its own. Look, I know the lore and other stuff supports the BR mode, but Spellbreak still shines bright when both players are at equal footing, which rarely happens in a battle royale environment. Although there is Clash, a game mode reminiscent of classic team deathmatch mode, but Spellbreak absolutely deserves better. People like Battle Royale because of the same reason they like lottery tickets. It's a chance to win. Yes, having the general skill to fight helps you have a better chance to win, but that's about it. 99% of the time you will be fucked by some cuck who will third party you, and in turn, he himself will get third partied afterwards. Or your bike will just flip. If it's PUBG, it's a goddamn mess. Just scrap it and add an objective based 1 versus 1 mode. Spellbreak is perfect for this epic showdowns of pure skills. Before we wrap up this video, I just wanted to say, if you enjoyed this content, a subscription to the channel would be nice. You can watch other similar reviews if you really like this one. For now, see you.